Ladies and gentlemen, I am your planetary defense commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7. I'm wishing you a happy Sunday, and I bring you some of the best hurricane and weather information in the world. So every month at the beginning, I do a fundraiser for my channel and my bills so I can keep doing what I do, which is watch the weather for you almost all day, every day, and make extremely accurate predictions from long ranges out. And so, if you appreciate my work, this is a no bare bones video, which is just going to go over the basics and then be done. Please send a contribution, a donation, a care package, or prayers to T. Lewison at 5430 Birdwood Road, number 416, Houston, Texas, 77096. You guys have been amazing, fantastic, and during this, what is probably going to be a really hellacious hurricane season, every time I go to my mailbox and get a letter from anyone, it puts a giant smile on my face, and I feel loved and appreciated. Okay, let's get to the bare bones version. I have an Asteroid Fight Club 30-minute version for all the serious, bigger picture subjects that should be coming out after this in a little while. Okay, so at the moment, I am very concerned about Invest 91L and its model track guidance. It is doing exactly what I said I would do. I said we'd see their first landfalling tropical activity come out of the Gulf and then probably hit right around here in the Mexico-Texas border area. So I said that months ago. A lot of this is off of gut, Jedi instinct, and planetary alignments. So it looks like that is the case. But now, after watching the models, my fear is that it will hit in that area, and there is a chance it can pop back out into the very hot Gulf waters, re-intensify. I mean, I would think at best maybe it can get to a tropical storm here. Who knows? But before it makes landfall on Mexico. And the key here is that it's going to hook up with a front that is passing from the west to the east, and that will drag it along its way, possibly. So it's best to double check the information. I highly recommend Cranky Weather Guy. I'll leave his blog linked to you. Watch out, he's cranky and he has his own opinions. And he's not always right, but neither am I. Okay, but if you combine us together, we're dang awesome information team to break down. Okay, here we go. So I'm worried it may re-intensify over the really hot Gulf waters. And that would put, pretty much anywhere, technically anywhere in the Gulf on watch. But I would say, the majority of extension would be right around, honestly, here. And I think the worst wet spots at some point in hurricane season are going to get hit in the middle. So right now, it has a 60% chance of development over the next 48 hours or 5 days. I think we are going to see it develop. I would guess it will probably just get tropical storm, worst possibility. But technically, worst possibility is probably like category 3 because we have major volcanic eruptions going on in Mexico, Guatemala that have been going on for a long time. And since the 22nd, they have had some major eruptions, not only here, Italy, Bong, just the volcanic activity with the gas giants on the same side and the maximum grand solar minimum. Asterisk the sun is really weird. Nobody really gets it all. It's best to be on your best preparation behavior. And so everybody on the Gulf Coast during this hurricane, this is day 2 of hurricane season, and this might be the worst hurricane season we've ever seen. I made accurate predictions before 2017, before 2018, and this year it looks like my predictions will probably be accurate, though I'd be more than happy not to have any hurricanes hit and then stop talking about weather all the time. But so what we're watching is the pink, and that pink is dangerous. That pink can kill you. That pink is a lot of precipitable water. And no matter what, even if it doesn't form into anything, that is a dangerous flooding record amounts. And Mexico has been undergoing a whole lot of floods. At times, I wonder if all the debate about immigration is really just to distract people from the fact that you got tons of people dying and flooding here. You got tons of people dying and flooding here. You got tons of people dying and flooding everywhere. For some reason, government doesn't want to talk about how ill-prepared we are to deal with it. But, so if this thing, you can already see, it's like hurricane-sized. So it can bring hurricane rain amounts with or without the strong wind. That's really all the hurricane does is define the wind speeds. And so this is going to cause a lot of damage to already heavily saturated soils as it moves here, and then drags its ass all the way back over the United States, which at this point has been having dams break daily, levees break daily, flood emergency as rivers rise to historic levels and have stayed at flood stage for historic lengths. The Arkansas rivers reaching record levels, the Mississippi River. There are a lot of rivers that are majorly flooding. The sunspots, which seem to be either connected to, because we're going to get a lot of sunspot activity probably this summer and leading up to October. I know for sure you're going to see a major sunspot in the October Eris alignment. And Cranky Weather Guy has noted it seems the sunspots, when there are major sunspot activity, seems to make the hurricanes tighter and ornerier. All right, so tight, ornery, pink wetness that can kill you. Hurricanes and volcanoes. But there's your sun, and as you can see, technically anything that's moving in my mind is activity. So the sun never really has minimal activity. Right now, this is the lightning field, and the lightning field has been crazier than I've seen in a while. I think the front we are watching, this is like the front, I believe, that will be moving east. And so as our low possibly hooks up with it and drags it back out into the Gulf, I don't even know what this pink shit is. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Dang. This isn't use a big F word. Make people's heads explode. Okay. And so these are the projected models from the earlier this afternoon. And so like I said, that the worst case is it pops back out in the Gulf and then knuckleballs and anywhere is possible. And so we were watching this chunk here. The faster it goes, the less it can intensify. So hopefully it will get to be moving faster. And then there's the front moving through. Let me try to get on the models. You can see here it shows this is the GEM, 108 hours out. It shows that system possibly moving as far as Louisiana, which would affect Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. And there's the front, and this is for the 4th, which is 2 days away. And so this is the situation that I'm kind of watching. So you got, but the weird thing is sometimes they don't always hook up with the front. There have been connections where it does and then times where it doesn't. So here's the front we're watching. It's going to move east. Remember that this whole place is in a flood emergency. And so here's our low, although it has it here. I don't think it's going to move that fast. Could be wrong. But I think if it slows down or pops back out, it would then hook up with this front here. So as that front moves, I think it's going to drag the low. And so that big spot will eventually, that big pink will hit here and eventually move out. And so that's what we're watching. So not necessarily as a hurricane, but just as a giant area of moisture that can be dangerous to all the areas that are already flooding or the flash flooding levels. Because when you see deep pink like that, it can get really wet really fast. Major flash flooding. We're talking like 20 inches of rain in less than 24 hours. And last year we saw 50-inch rain totals, 30-inch rain totals. And so, combined in all the wildfire heat as magma's movement in Canada and then in Mexico. Mexico and Canada have had major wildfire troubles over the last month. Canada undergoing it more now. See, watch, that puts some type of low at the Texas-Louisiana border. And then it combines with the giant moisture field to move east. And then we rinse and repeat. And look at these giant curlicue storms as the two lows at the top hook up. And then this one shows another low moving into the south. So yeah, I said that at the end of May Day, things are going to be really, really bad. That we're going to be at record flooding levels in the middle of America. That we really need to work together because we got a lot of storms coming in. Like hurricane season has now started, and we got a bunch of handicaps. These are different models we're just watching, but it doesn't show much of development, but the models have been pretty sketchy lately. So we're definitely watching 91L or Barry Stormy, which is what I'm calling him now, Barry Stormy. That way, Republicans can make Republican jokes, and then Democrat can make Democrat jokes. None of us can build new infrastructure, and then we can stay divided, drown, and then fall into the volcano, and then aliens come by and stick their probes in our butts. And then put it in the computer and make us do it all over again, because they're mean. Nah, how about this? How about we work together? We'd be like Texas American badasses, no matter what state you're in, or like Asteroid Fight Club. And we figure out how to adapt to these Earth weather challenges and changes. Okay, yeah, so things are crazy. I think there's like about 300 rivers flooding right now. A lot of them in major flood stage. We're in day 2 of hurricane season, and we could get activity as soon as a few days from now. And also, it looks like I would highly recommend, seeing as my first prediction for hurricane season is totally pretty accurate. I think it is the September 13th. The United States will probably get hit with a hurricane. They've been calling this out for a year now. And then October, where are we at? September 12th, I would guess, although the dates are pretty accurate, the location is not, but I've been right so far. September 12th, Florida. September 23rd, North Carolina. October 9th, Florida. Those are the locations are guesstimate. I'm not as solid on that, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see hurricanes during those dates that will probably be landfalling or really close. On September 12th and the 9th, I'd say about 90-95%. I'm pretty sure. And then the 23rd, I'd guess maybe 70% my assurity. Okay, so God bless everyone. Yeah, there will be a longer Asteroid Fight Club where I talk about everything that is going on and the fact that it was like World War III almost started a week ago. So yeah, we almost all died. True story. Your planetary defense commander telling you that the moment they're like, no, we're going to have a trade war. Anyway, we can talk more about that in the Asteroid Fight Club version if you want. But yeah, I love all the love you guys sent in, and I really appreciate it. If you guys want to support me, I depend and survive and thrive off your contributions totally to my snail mail. T. Lewison, 5430 Birdwood Road, number 416, Houston, Texas, 77096. It's Sunday. So if you can do it tonight, put it in tomorrow, that'd be great, because every time I get a letter, it puts a big giant smile on my face. I'll talk about that more in the Asteroid Fight Club version as well. Okay, love you guys. Stay cool, and just doing the best I can with what I've been dealt. Take it or leave it, but let's work together if we can. God bless everyone.